So Donald Trump made a pretty concerning announcement earlier today that he's considering Ted Cruz and Tom Cotton for the United States Supreme Court. If he wins in 2020, they're on his short list to be appointees to the court. Now, Donald Trump did this back in 2016, and indeed, Neil Gorsuch was one of the people he had on a short list. So Trump will use these lists to actually make his potential list of picks should he have the power to name another Supreme Court justice. But this is concerning for a lot of reasons. I think a big one, and this should be concerning regardless of your ideological leanings, is that this politicizes the court even more than it's already been politicized. And the fact of the matter is, every Supreme Court justice in the entirety of American history, and in any country that has a Supreme Court, will have biases, ideological biases and what have you. And the fact of the matter is, you gotta work around that. No system can be without bias or ideology. But in modern American history, not going back in the past, in modern history, most Supreme Court justices haven't really had a major role in electoral politics. They've often served as judges and as professional career lawyers, working their way up the judicial ranks, becoming a judge and then maybe getting on an appeals court, a circuit court, what have you, and then getting nominated to the Supreme Court when, a president that believes in their broad views thinks that they've merited it and they get approved by the Senate, and that's how you get on the court. That's the simple way you do it, right? But the fact of the matter is, putting a sitting U.S. senator, even if they have highly accomplished legal backgrounds, even if they went to the best law schools, and even if they started their careers the same way a lot of Supreme Court justices do, doesn't mean they'll make a good Supreme Court justice. It doesn't mean that. And it also means that more than almost anybody else, they'll have direct political alliances and also adversaries that will play a role if and when they have to make tough decisions on the Supreme Court. And you 100% have to make tough decisions on the Supreme Court. Most rulings that get to the court go there for a reason, which is that there's been real judicial disagreement to get it there. Judges have often disagreed, and it's a fraught issue. So I don't like the idea, in a modern context, of people who have been senators and congresspeople and presidents and vice presidents serving on the Supreme Court. I know a lot of liberals have joked about, wouldn't it be great if Barack Obama was put on the Supreme Court by Joe Biden? But it wouldn't be great. One, Barack Obama hasn't served as a judge. He hasn't really worked as a lawyer for most of his career. He's been a politician, and the jobs overlap, but not nearly enough. And I think that the best way to approach this, whether, again, you're on the left or the right, is to find judges to actually appoint up through the system. I think that works more often than not. But the fact of the matter is, it should also concern people because they clearly have an anti-progressive bias, both Cruz and Cotton. And Cotton, earlier today as it happens, when he was announced along Ted Cruz and others as being on this short list, said on Twitter, it's time for Roe v. Wade to go. So one of the decisions, one of the dreams of conservatives is they could get a sufficient majority on the Supreme Court to effectively get rid of Roe v. Wade, which could put in real danger the bodily autonomy and basic human rights of women all over the United States, especially working class women, especially poor women, especially women of color. 100% that is their goal. And it's always been a goal of conservatives, and they're appointing judges to do it. But there's something especially jarring about a sitting U.S. senator saying, yes, I would like to be appointed to the Supreme Court. I would be honored to do it. This is what he said in response to Trump putting him on the list. And then on the other saying it's time for Roe v. Wade to go. That makes it crystal clear, maybe more than it's ever been. Trump wants to win. He wants to take someone like Tom Cotton or Ted Cruz, pick them off the Senate floor, and send them right into the Supreme Court, where they can enact their legislation, but with a lifetime appointment and with being only one of the 5 votes needed to pass any one issue that can fundamentally change American society, again, for generations, if not in perpetuity. This should be very concerning to people. And again, I'm not one of these people that says you have to vote for Joe Biden. I've just never said that. I've never said that. But I do think that if you are one of these people who, wants to vote for Biden as a harm reduction effort, whether you like Biden or you just really hate Trump, I think this could be somewhat of a motivator. I know you need to be more positive. That's one thing I've said on this channel. You can't just sell me why Trump is bad. You got to sell me and other people why Biden is good. But my goodness, if you want to motivate people that are concerned about having, goddamn Ted Cruz and Tom Cotton on the Supreme Court, then show them this, because it could happen. It really could. I still think it's unlikely, and I think it's more likely that even Trump would nominate, a sitting judge that's high ranking, but don't count it out. Donald Trump, especially if he's in his second term, will be unconstrained from any sense of doing things as usual.